It's a great day here at KEKFILA's YouTube channel. I am the host, KEKFILA, bringing you another quick video. This is actually game 6 of 10 from the July 29th regional. And I'm actually, have you ever been to your locals or been to a regional or something, and because you lost a match, the next match ended up being harder, like a harder opponent, harder matchup? Well, this is one of those. And actually, it's kind of a special thing. My best friend, Jules, who I go and see the locals a few times a week, essentially, he is also Jules Senpai. He also has a stream. Link will be down below as well. He is also awesome, lots of awesome stuff. But we ended up facing each other in this 1,000-people tournament. We were both 4-1, and that's kind of crazy how that goes. And honestly, I am here to bring you the most jank game you would see between this. I would say that follow these instructions. However, this is jank as heck. Like, this is going to be a super jank game. It's going to be super entertaining for me to commentate this. And it's already great to play against a friend, but it just sucks because it's friendly fire. I'd rather beat them in the finals, you know? So, or lose in the finals, or whatever happens, essentially. So, he looks like he wins the dice roll. He decides to go second, which is pretty good if you're a law player, goes second. And, essentially, I mulligan, and he contemplates his hand for quite a long time here, and I'm gonna skip through a little bit of this, and he decides to finally mulligan as well, and we're just kind of chilling with this, right? We tend a long mulligan step here, and essentially we both mulligan, so we both probably have jank to begin with, but I do get a Perona on turn 1, and the main thing is I actually don't want to attack next turn at all. My whole goal is not to attack, and the problem is he knows that I know that he knows that I know the strategy. So I basically look at Perona. I actually find a Doflamingo off the top 5 so I can play that on turn 2. I play the Doflamingo on the next turn. Honestly, I don't need to do that, but I did. I probably just could have saved the Doflamingo and just passed turn, honestly. But I felt the body was just fine at the time, but honestly, looking back at it, maybe I shouldn't have played that card. So he goes to his 4 turn. He plays a chopper and plays a Robin. And if you've noticed, I haven't attacked him. He hasn't attacked me. We are in a not attack off fest. We are doing some fun things. I play a 4 cost here, and I'm waiting to my next turn on my 7 Dawn turn to start putting cards sideways. And then he goes ahead and plays down to the Dawn. He grabs a Otama, and then he has 4 Dawn active, and again, I'm breaking up his hand by not attacking him, and he kind of adjusts everything. I think he's thinking about it. He swings 5 at leader. He actually does swing 5 at leader, and I just take it. I'm trying to get a hand advantage against him, and then he pays 3 for that and puts 1 under his killer. He's going to be able to draw this killer, and I thought, dang, that's such a good card to play right now. He's not lawing me yet. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to 3,000 Worlds the killer, because he'll use that eventually. But, you know, the funny thing is, I don't want to attack him yet. Like, I want 3,000 Worlds as Robin. I probably should just 3,000 Worlds as Robin. But I'm trying to brick up his hand. So I 3,000 Worlds the killer instead, because of that draw power. And then I had nothing else to do with my Dawn. I couldn't use leader skill. I don't think I had anything off top of the deck that was any good. And I just didn't want to have to fight over this issue, and he's Otama, he's an Otama, and he's gonna kill my Doflamingo character. It would have been not fun. So he swings 5 again at my leader. I decide to finally counter out of one of these. He plays on a Zoro character, and then man just straight up thinks about this for a minute, and he just passes turn. 5 Dawn up. Just why not? 5 Dawn up. That's fine. He's eating up my hand. I think he has some long game strategy. Now the top of my deck's all fucked. I don't have if I had a Mihawk here, this would be an easy Mihawk, right? And that's why, by the way, guys, I'm opening 4. I swing 5 at leader because he's going to take that anyway. Oh, do I actually have a Mihawk here? Oh, I do. I do have a Mihawk. Okay. And I play this. I should have just bottom decked the Robin. I said I bottom decked the Zoro just because it's going to be a pain in my ass. So I bottom decked the Zoro, and I don't attack with anything else. Again, super jank. I could probably keep attacking him. I didn't realize he was bricking. I thought he was just playing it really slow, really interestingly, but to tell you the truth, he was bricking, and I had no idea. Could you guys tell he was bricked out? Not sure. So essentially, he goes to his 10 Dawn turn, and again, I've only attacked him once. He's took it. He's attacked me 2 times. I've took 1. I've guarded out 1, and we're just here making moves essentially, and he decides to swing 5 with leader, and I believe I just take this one. I don't mind going down in life. I hit 3,000 worlds out of this. It'd be really nuts. I'm also looking for searchers at this point. Even a 4-cost Gecko Moria would be really, really good, so I can get that Doflamingo out of the trash if I blocked with it. And, you know, I'm just kind of confused at what he wants to do, essentially, because he's not able to swing at my characters. He places down a Nami, puts 1 on Dan, and then I'm going to skip through this a little bit here, and he swings big with the Dan, and I decide to block that out with the blocker, and then he pays 2. He picked up the Dan, and pays 2, puts back down to the Dan. He just played 2, just to play that. His hand is that bricked out. He doesn't have a green card to do any fancy things with, apparently. And that's like the main gist of it, right? Oh, I should have realized now he's like totally breaking out and not doing anything too weird. I go 7. I blind swing because I had nothing else to do. I get a pacifist out the top of the deck. Can't call anything. Pretty rough. And I then think, wow, what will he do? Will he swing big? Will he make it annoying? He can Otama Robin. Tama Robin. That's so silly. So someone can do that, by the way. Tama Robin. Yeah. I go 9 at his leader. And he ends up he should hopefully counter out of this, but he just blocks out with the chopper. And then from there, I think here I go 8 with my leader. And again, I'm trying to make that awkward for any of these guard points, right? Because I know some people do play guard points. That's kind of my thought process, but it looks like I have 5 Dawn ready just for possibly, you know, Boa Hancock. So I place down the Boa Hancock. He then, you know, he guards out of the 8, by the way, with a guard point and a 3K, 2K. So he goes with Tama. Tama's the Boa, makes sense. And he swings big ass at something while killing the Boa. So Boa gets no value out of this. And I go a 2K, 1K. Looks like he was targeting the Gecko Moria. And he swings 8 at the Gecko Moria again. And, well, I really need to keep this alive. I need to attack his Robin, and I go 2K, 1K. I've just depleted my hand. I basically made a big mistake here guarding so big, and then he goes big here, and I give him my last 2K. When he swings 6 into this, pays 2, places his chopper. Actually, no, he just pays 1, places the chopper over the Otama. He has 4 cards in hand, 1 blocker, 2 characters that are arrested, and I mean, all I have are just attacks. So this is pretty wild. I go 7 at one of the Robins. I pay 1, and I reveal a Pacifista. So there's another Pacifista going off the top of my deck. Honestly, just totally bricking a lot of these issues. So I go 9 at the other Robin. Again, he lets both of these Robins go. And I think here, well, I need to kind of make pressure here. I'm kind of worried. I do want to play the Gecko Moria, but instead, I just, honestly, I should probably have not attacked with this, but I'm assuming he's going to be doing a lot of 5s here in a second anyway. So I go 7 with the Gecko Moria, and I'm just trying to make more than 1 threat at a time, essentially. That's my goal. He blocks out of that. Again, his hand's super limited here. I have nothing in hand. I have 2 Dawn up because if he goes something crazy. He first goes 9 the Mihawk. It obviously just dies because I can't counter out of it. And then, let's see here. He goes, places a chopper and then throws a few Dawn into the Dan, killing the Gecko Moria. Again, I have 0 cards in hand. I can't really do much. And he has 3 Dawn up. He's probably going to just, I mean, hopefully pass turn. He plays a Makino and then he pays 2 to pick up the Danan, and does he? I think he's thinking about what green card to play. He plays on a Bonnie, outstanding, and ends his turn. And obviously, all I have on top of my deck is a Pacifista, and I finally get a Boa off the top of the deck. I swing 7 at his leader, and I have 1 card in my hand. Everyone knows it's Pacifista. He just blocks out of it. I go, well, dang, you have a lot of attacks coming. I'd like to just play another Pacifista here. I want to have 3 attacks at you next turn, make it really hurt. Maybe I can go for game if you brick out, which might be kind of hard when you have a Bonnie to brick out when you haven't seen a Law yet. And then I have 3 Dawn active. There's nothing else for me to do here, really. So I'm just thinking if I attack with Pacifista or not. And so it looks like I'm essentially just passing turn. He swings 5 at the Boa. Boa's dead. 0 cards in hand again. He gets these restand Law, and he restands Law, pays 5 again, gets the blocker Law. Kind of a clutch strat here, what he needs to do, and then guess what he can do, guys? He can use Law skill, and he first gives 3k to that Nami. Nami's going to use her skill to give herself 5k. I'm obviously just taking this one because I have nothing else to do. He pays 2. He's going to pick up the 2k, pick up the 1k, and then play the Dan. Honestly, now his value engine's got nuts. He has a blocker out. He has 2 attackers. I can't kill him this turn because he has 1 blocker and even 1 done up left after the end of this. I first pay 4 because it looks like that's what I just hard drew. And I bottom deck the Law, so that'd be great. And I'm thinking out here, well, dang, do I need to keep Dawn open for Love Mellow? So I'm still trying to make pressure here. So I go 7 at the, I'd probably go to his leader. It'd make the most sense to go to his leader. I need to finish the game. And I grab the 3 cost. I blind flip. I grab the 3 cost blocker. And that actually does quite a bit for me. The 3 cost blocker here. You can't just swing super high and, F me up. So, he thinks here for quite, oh no, he took the damage. Sorry. I'm skipping through. He took the damage. I then swing 6 at leader. Oh no, I swing 6 at the little girly because I don't want to deal with Makino BS. And then he ditches Makino for that. I play the 3 cost and I get a blocker out there, stack the deck the way I like it. But now my whole field is just rested. He's just gonna go 6 at something, and he can kill my whole field if he just devotes everything to it. But I just kind of want to at least have this blocker here. So I just give him the Jinbei as a 1k counter. He goes 6 at my leader. I take the damage. Or no, sorry, 6 at my Pacifista. He, plays Otama, kills the Pacifista, and then kills the Skeko Moria. And then pays 2 for Bonnie, gets a Bonnie. And, I mean, do I have a chance here? Basically, if I have just the 2 attackers, and I'm kind of just praying a little bit. So he pays 1 to just play the, it looks like he plays a Nami, gets a Chopper. Chopper sets him up to kind of be clutch there, right? His deck is set to be such a way. Pick up the green card, put down the Chopper. And, I mean, he's legit. His hand's set. He has a blocker. I can't kill him this turn. And I just need to get the blocker out of the way, essentially, right? That's my goal entirely. So I throw Big Dawn under my leader. I swing 10 at his leader. I'm gonna pay 1, and I actually do get a Jinbei off the top of the deck, which is pretty good. He's gonna put that blocker down there, and then I have 1 card in hand. I have 4 Dawn active. I probably set myself up for a Love Mellow from the previous turn, right? Because I had that 3 cost. So I hope I have a Love Mellow, and I hope there's a Love Mellow in my life, and he has to kind of go for that. So, but he first goes 5 with the Jinbei, and I just bottom deck the Brook, trying to make it hard for him to shambles here, but he does Bonnie right away. And then with Bonnie, he gets the blocker beige, which, God, I'm in the similar situation I was in before, right? And blocker beige, he gets out another Bonnie out there, and he gets a Zoro character. And then I take 5 from the leader right to face. He goes 6 to the leader. I'm going to give him a 2k just in case he thinks about getting really froggy here. He pays 2 to shambles. Picks up a green card, puts down the Zoro character, swings 5k. I have 1 card in hand, and I'm just really thinking about this one. Looks like I take this one. Take the 5. Yep, I have 2 cards in hand now. and then he pays over that, plays the beige. I, again, only have 2 characters. He has 1 blocker, 1 life. I can't really do anything here. I go 7th leader, play another Jinbei off the top of the deck. He just blocks that, and I played on the Gecko Moria. I'm just trying to find what I can do. I grab a 2k counter, and then I have 3 Dawn active for just no reason. I'm basically just like so hopeless here. So he goes to his next turn, and then he goes 7k at the leader, and I give him a Love Mellow. I do draw. Looks like I had that in the bank, and then he goes 7 again, and I go, well, I have to give him 2 2ks. I have 1 card left in hand. He's going to go 7. I'm going to block that, and then he can go 7 with Nami, and I have just the Mihawk. So, honestly, super well played by Jules. This was like the most janky game ever, where we both bricked out. I probably should have saw that. That's like his starting hand after the killer, so I should have maybe recognized that, but maybe I should have not played the 3 cost right away. I guess I was playing too weird, and I really wish I won that die roll. But, you know, there we have it. Now at this stage of the tournament, I'm 4 wins, 2 losses, and 0 draws, 4-2-0. And you'll see the next video tomorrow where I play another person. I can't remember what it was, but thank you everybody for watching. Very much appreciate that. See you in the next video. Ciao.